Future Talk.
This is Future Talk
with Omnial Saleh and Hani Balkis.
Happy Tuesday, everyone, and good afternoon. You're listening to Future Talk right here on Pulse 95. This is the one and only place where we give you a quick roundup of everything that is happening in the tech world, in the UAE, and all around the world. We are basically on the final countdown for the one smartphone that the whole world is waiting for. Today, more specifically tonight, we're going to be getting the live stream, which will reveal the iPhone 13. What does it look like? How big is it? What are the different models? What are the specs? We've heard and seen so many rumors, so many leaks. Today is the day where we uncover everything.
Yes, finally, it's been a long-awaited time to hear about the iPhone 13. And a lot of people, including me, do want to get their hands on that new iPhone. And I'll be trading in my iPhone 12 and getting that iPhone 13. But if you're like us, who are waiting for that iPhone 13 to trade it in, text in at 4215, do it slot, or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. But that's not only the exciting news we have today, because, ladies and gentlemen, today we're also talking about the 2-month contest that is launched to build robots for deep space exploration. That initiative was made by the UAE.
Yes, indeed. So this is going to be a very exciting project that anyone who's interested in space exploration should definitely go ahead and consider. Coming up on today's show, we're going to be talking about news that has been off and on social media for at least the past month. I'm not sure if you've seen it, Hani, but I've seen multiple stories and posts about an internet apocalypse. A lot of people are saying that there's going to come a time this month or this upcoming month where we may not have any form of internet. I mean, that's just saying that alone gives me a little bit of a scare. But we're going to be revealing how accurate is this, what are researchers' different perspectives and
I feel
points.
like it's kind of a long shot to say that.
It is a long shot, but I don't think it's far away from the truth.
Well,
It could happen one day.
it's going to be a very interesting discussion. And for our How Do You Tech segment, we're talking about how to free up space on your Mac to keep your device running smoothly. And ladies and gentlemen, I have a Mac that I haven't touched in 2 weeks now.
No way.
Yes.
Not even opened it once?
Not even opened it once.
What?
Yeah, just because I had a lot of files on it. I need to free up the space, and I was like, I'll do it later.
Yeah, I get you.
Every time I opened it, I remembered, and I was like, running away from my problems.
I hate how sometimes they can get so cluttered and it feels like it's something in the back of your mind that you need to do, but you just don't want to do. We're going to give you a very quick and easy way to just free up some space on your computer in just a few moments. But we're also going to be talking about one of the kind of very recent features that WhatsApp is looking to announce. They are going to be developing transcriptions so that if you're the type of person, just like Hani, you hate listening to long voice notes or sometimes they can be a little bit chaotic, WhatsApp is going to go ahead and transcribe them for you.
Yes, and we're also talking about anti-radiation phone stickers that are still sold on Amazon. What is this about anti-radiation phone stickers? Well, you have to stay tuned to Pulse 95 to find a little bit more about that.
Daily digital news. Bits and bytes connect our world.
Ladies and gentlemen, the UAE has launched a 2-month contest to build robots for deep space exploration. Now, this isn't something surprising, as we do know the UAE for the past year and a half now have been focusing a lot on space exploration. We've had the Hope Probe Mars mission, and how at one point in time we're going to have colonies on the planet Mars. But a new contest will give students an opportunity to build, code, and even design robots to carry out complex what's called reconnaissance. Oh my God, this word.
Just missions on Mars,
Missions
basically.
on Mars, and but I remember this word, Omnia.
Renaissance?
Not Renaissance. Recon. It's a short for recon.
Oh, okay.
Right? And I was trying to say the full word of it because not a lot of people know what recon is. But the thing is, I forgot the full word. Imagine that. Because you get so used to saying the slang.
That you don't get the, you
can't say the full word.
It.
But I mean, that's not all they're doing. They're also going to work right alongside the team that successfully sent the Hope probe to Mars. And listen to this, the winning team will also get a cash prize of up to 50,000 dirhams.
Yes, indeed. Now, added to all the different accomplishments that the UAE has had in outer space, the UAE is actually looking to having basically the largest international space exploration discussion panel, you name it, next month. In October, I think on the 25th and the 26th, the UAE is going to be holding one of the biggest discussions that has ever been done on space exploration. But this contest is actually known as Planet X, and it was launched by the Emirates Mars mission in collaboration with the Dubai Air Show of 2021 to basically help encourage the youth right here in the UAE to build their careers in this very fast-growing space industry that we are starting to witness. The winning team is also, just like you mentioned, they're going to be winning up to 50,000 dirhams, but they have to be ready for quite a very good competition, because this challenge is going to be kicking off with a pre-qualification round in September, followed by a week of training in October. And qualifying the high school students as well as the university students will be allowing them to participate in the main challenge during the Dubai Air Show 2021, which would be running from the 14th of November up until the 18th of November.
Yes, now the most successful 40 students will be invited to receive training and mentorship from engineers and even technologists. And they will learn how to develop state-of-the-art robots and even 3D printed aircrafts from the Hope Probe Mars mission team. Now, finally, to complete their mission successfully, students will have to complete various complex challenges, and contestants will be expected to create ground and aerial robots for recon missions on Planet X and even build an unmanned aerial vehicle to glide above the Martian planet. So we're looking at this is a very, very big mission and a very big plan for these students to kind of, take the responsibility of. When I was in high school, I would have never thought I could create something like this.
I totally agree with you. I mean, well, a lot of us talk about, being interested in space sciences. We dream of being an astronaut one day, but to get to experience a snippet of what that would look like is exactly what the UAE wants these students to basically be able to do. So this contest is basically aiming to just motivate any young person. If you're interested in science, in engineering, in technology, in mathematics, you name it, you can go ahead and participate in this challenge. And who knows, you may just be kind of pursuing your first step into getting a career in space sciences. Let us know if you're interested. Students can actually go ahead and apply by sending an email with their information as well as the team that they plan to be a part of to the email address EMM, so Emirates Mars Mission, emm.edu@mbras.ae.
Yes, again, we've been seeing, astronauts since the 1960s and even the 1950s. But the thing is, right, it was always a little bit taboo in the Arab world.
True.
But the UAE is making it very clear that any Arab, any Emirati has, the opportunity to go to space and contribute to the space missions. And again, we've seen, and it is a fact, that the first Muslim country, the first Arab country to go to space has been the UAE. And I do believe not in the next 10 years, but in the next 5 years, we're going to be seeing a lot of new initiatives and a lot of new astronauts going to space right from the UAE.
Absolutely. Coming up on today's show, we're going to be talking about the story that's been making headlines everywhere. A lot of people are worried about entering an internet apocalypse. How true is that? Is it even true to begin with? We're going to be telling you all about in just a few moments.
Daily digital news. Bits and bytes connect our world.
Internet apocalypse. Did you ever think that was a thing?
I feel like, Omnia, it's a very long shot for whatever this researcher does warn.
It's double. Many researchers, actually. They're saying that we may just be experiencing a solar superstorm that will basically end all forms of internet for the whole entire world. Just saying this scares me because, what do you mean having no internet? How's the world going to communicate with one another? There's a good reason why you doubt it, honestly. Because another researcher came out saying that it's potentially not true.
It's not plausible.
He just said basically that this would take a long time for it to happen. So what a lot of people or a lot of researchers came out saying is that in the next couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, we're going to be suffering and struggling with a solar superstorm that is going to be basically cutting the world from the internet for a full month.
Baloney.
Why? There has to be some, good explanation behind that.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Let me
Yes.
just,
There's no
I'm
bell
on the edge
anymore.
of my seat right now.
The bell is broken.
Right?
Yes.
Bear with me for a second, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
What is the internet, Omnia? Money,
Yes.
right? The richest man in the world, how did he become rich? From the internet.
Yeah. A
The
lot
biggest
of people.
e-commerce and one of the biggest retailers in the world, if not the biggest,
Yeah.
is Amazon.
True.
How much is Jeff Bezos worth? $200 billion. Amazon has $1 trillion in bonds worth assets, right?
True.
If you think for a second,
It's nature that we're talking about, though.
nature or not nature, if you think for a second
Not
that-
mankind.
that they don't have a fail-proof system, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Microsoft, they don't have a fail-proof system for the worst case scenario, then you're wrong. Because not only this, let's talk about military, right?
Okay.
Now, a lot of researchers and historians and war experts have been saying for the longest time now that there's going to be a one point in time that war isn't on the battlefield. It
Yes.
is on the internet. And
Yeah.
we've seen it
We've
time
seen it
and time
happen.
again.
True.
Especially when it's between Russia and the US.
True.
Right? So if you think that America, the biggest superpower in the world, doesn't have a fail-safe plan for when Russia, let's say, attacks their grids,
Yeah.
then you're wrong. So,
I agree with you. So they must have backup plans. But let's look at history, okay? Because there are so many lessons in history.
Yes.
When we look at history, two of the world's largest superstorms, and I'm talking about solar superstorms, actually happened in 1921 and 1859. And on both of these storms, it actually triggered we're talking about world scale. We're talking about people being out of power, extensive damage to the communication networks at the time, and even the very minimal dependence that they had on that power was completely cut off for quite some time. So I'm not
that was
talking
250 years ago.
True. I agree. But again, we don't know the extent of this damage when it comes to solar superstorms because it's not countries planning it. Could be planned by countries. It wouldn't be too
But-
far off. But, what researchers are saying, every decade, so every 10 years, there is a 1.6 to a 12% chance that a solar superstorm could happen to the point where it would be debilitating for our day-to-day life.
Again, I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to say that the biggest superpowers in the world and the biggest tech giants in the world have a fail-safe plan for this. And they're not going to let the internet go out. Why? Because, again, the internet is money. Can you believe, Omnia, how the stock market would crash?
Oh, everything
right?
would crash.
Because the internet is one of the biggest infrastructures
People would die.
on a global infrastructure, right? So for a second, if you think, not you in general, if anyone thinks, right,
Yeah.
that these tech giants don't have a fail-safe plan, and not only that, we have satellites in the sky, we have cables underwater, we have
Yes.
so many.
We even have, what was it called? Outer space internet satellites
Yeah.
that Elon Musk is working on.
And we have gas-powered generators as
True.
well. So there's a lot of ways to combat it. I'm not saying it's not true. It will happen.
It's actually one researcher named Jad Al-Qadi in Egypt. He's actually the head of one of the biggest, how can I call it? He studies interstellar movements, planets, etc. He actually came out saying that this is incorrect. Whatever you've been seeing on social media is incorrect. I know a lot of people have actually been sharing some, as I've mentioned, facts from history about this actually happening. But as of right now, Earth is not in any danger of being
Yes.
hit by a solar superstorm. And he said that a lot of people have actually been spreading this rumor because they've seen a very hot summer and they've been seeing a lot of impact on climate change. Countries have been going through
Yeah.
droughts and fires and wildfires, but
if
luckily,
this-
internet apocalypse is not one of them.
But if this were to happen, right? Let's put
Yeah.
the worst case scenario.
True.
If this were to happen, right?
There has
trust
to be
me,
a backup.
There is a fail-safe plan because, again, I keep repeating myself, money.
Oh,
right?
big money.
Stock market. Stock market will crash. A lot of people invest in what? Cryptocurrency.
True.
Amazon, right? Where are their stocks at? You don't go to Wall Street anymore and have a paper that says, I have a stock of $1 million in Amazon. You have everything that is online. All these stockbrokers work online. So we depend too much on the internet to not have a fail-safe plan if a bad day comes, so like an apocalypse, all right? Apocalypse. And something goes wrong. So I believe even if it does happen, right, it won't hurt as bad. And historians say, yeah, well, 250 years ago, right? Benjamin Franklin,
the technology.
He discovered electricity with a kite and a key. So, you can't compare. It's like comparing modern medicine to 250 years ago.
True.
When the chicken pox and I think it was called the poliovirus, right, was incurable.
True.
And even us now, coronavirus, they do suspect in the next 2 to 3 years is going to be a common flu.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Quick question though, for everyone and you, honey. If an internet apocalypse were to happen, God forbid, how would you spend a month without internet? What is one thing that you feel like, or let's flip the question. How long would you last without internet? Nothing. I mean, no cellular, no Wi-Fi.
All right. So I personally depend a lot on the internet, and I do believe every single person depends a lot on the internet, but I would resort to books and more, mind and body.
How long would you last?
How long would I think I could last for a couple of months? I think it would be fine.
Couple of months?
Yes, because the detox takes about 2 to 3 weeks in my opinion.
True.
And I just got a shout out, right? I just got a message.
You got someone to shout out.
Yeah, I got a message from Majid al-Zaraoni, or Maid al-Zaraoni, and he says he believes as well that, the internet isn't going anywhere and they have a fail-safe plan as well. He's agreeing with me on what I just said. So a big shout out to Maid al-Zaraoni telling us all the way from Sharjah what he thinks. And let us know your guys' thoughts, 4215 Duraslat, or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. Do you think the internet is at danger or not? Me and Maid say no. Omnia says it's plausible.
It is plausible, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
How do you tech? How do you tech?
It's a new year for a lot of people going back to school, assignments start, maybe. Why are you laughing?
Not for me.
Not for you.
But for Omnia.
And a lot of other people. Even if you're out of school, being at work, sometimes even just doing personal work
I love
on your
work.
own. Do you?
Yeah, compare it to university.
Yes. And we love what we do. So, honestly, we're lucky.
I don't have anyone running behind me. You cannot go to the bathroom, right? Sir, can I please use the restroom? I have to go. Why? Why you didn't go at home?
You saw your friend going to the bathroom, so you got jealous.
Yeah, so man, feeling, the life of a free bird.
Did you ever have to ask to drink water?
No, I haven't. I think I've drank water and I got, in trouble for it.
Because you didn't ask?
Yeah, I mean, university days, let's reminisce for a little bit. University days were fun. I miss them a little bit. And the past 2 weeks, actually, I've had my friends come from Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
They were with me in university. And, we sat down, we were talking about university days and how we miss it. But the thing we don't miss, right, is the stress.
Oh, yes.
Right? Because you'd be stressed over for nothing.
Deadlines.
Yeah. And, I miss it, man. We were carefree. We were little kids, right? And at that point in time, I thought I was a man. Right? I thought I was.
You feel like you're an adult.
I thought I was an adult. And at my age right now, I'm a working person. I have things to do. I have responsibilities. I have,
bills to pay.
And I still feel like I'm not a man, right? I feel like I'm a little kid.
You feel like what's coming is even worse.
I feel like I'm 18, right? So, man, university was fun. So if you're still in university, cherish it, enjoy it, make more friends. If anything, right? I was a very social person in university, but I would make more friends still. Because as you grow older, it's very hard to make friends. Everyone has their own clique now. Everyone does their own thing.
True.
And, it's not bad to have a bigger circle. But what's bad? What is good?
What's bad is having a cluttered desktop.
Exactly, having a bigger desk space.
Yes, indeed. And honestly, I might be a little selfish for choosing this story today because I just cleaned my desktop yesterday, but I thought it would be very easy, and it would come in handy for a lot of people because it's one of the easiest ways that you could use to basically free up space on your MacBook without necessarily having to go through every single file. And that is basically deleting all of your downloads. So a lot of the times you'd receive files at work, you'd receive files from, let's say, your teachers, your professors, even family members, and you download them, you use them, and then they just stay on your downloads section. But if you can just go and check that downloads folder on your MacBook, select all of it, delete all of it, there you go. You've freed a lot of space.
What was your biggest clutter, Omnia?
Downloads, definitely.
Like, what's the size?
Oh, I don't know. Don't look through the size.
14 gigabytes for me.
What?
Yes, ma'am. I'll tell you why. Because actually, you know what? I think we'll tell them about this app, and then tomorrow we'll go more in detail in it.
Okay, what's the app?
Popcorn Time.
What? What is this app? I've never heard of it.
You haven't heard of Popcorn Time?
No.
What?
What does Popcorn Time do?
Popcorn Time lets
All I
you
can
watch
think of is
any
popcorn.
movie, any series that you want completely for free.
So it's like a movie streaming website.
Yes, it's a movie streaming, but you have a folder that I had ticked, which says that anything I stream or watch, I download it.
You can even download from
Yeah,
that
I can
website?
download and I can put subtitles. It's my
What?
go-to, right?
Where has this website been my whole life?
It's not even a website, it's an app. It's you download it, you run the program. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam.
I use primewire.ag for like a website.
No
just
more
to
Prime
watch.
Wires. You got the Popcorn Times, the OGs back in 2011.
I like
right?
that. I gotta check it out.
You got to check it out. And tomorrow we'll be telling them a lot
True.
more about it. But ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
I had so much files
From that app.
because you see, now I untick it and I stream it. Before I used to stream and download for later because sometimes, it will glitch a little bit.
Yeah.
So instead of restarting the download, it would pick up from that space.
And that's actually one of the biggest tips that we have for you today, to just go ahead and delete some apps, whether that is on your phone or even on your MacBook. Any app that you once used but no longer use it anymore, just go ahead and delete it. Just move it to the trash option if you use a MacBook and it will delete automatically. But also make sure that you go ahead and empty your trash regularly so that you can truly make sure that you are clearing that space on your MacBook instead of just moving it from one file to the trash.
Yeah, I mean, we do need to clean up more space because, again, your devices will be a lot quicker and you'll feel, it's like cleaning your room.
Honestly.
When you clean your room, Oni doesn't clean her room anymore. She cleans her house.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So for me, I still have to clean my room. But when you clean your room, you feel a lot less and you feel lighter, believe
True.
it or not. So
You do.
when I clean my desktop, whether it's my PC or my MacBook or even my phone, I feel like, whew, I feel much better.
It honestly is one of the best ways to kind of relieve your stress on a day-to-day basis. Another thing that you could do is to go through your photos. I know this may not be the easiest and the fastest thing to do, but we all need to do it every now and then, especially if you go ahead and store all of your photos and videos in their original full resolution form on iCloud. Go ahead and just clear up the ones that are on your actual MacBook, because if they're stored in iCloud, you know that they're safe and sound. Messages is another thing that some people actually are heavy users of iMessage, and iMessage can actually get cluttered every now and then, so make sure you also clear that out every now and then. How many times have I said every now and then?
Every now and then. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, again, you need to clean up your computers, delete files and apps. Take
Honestly,
a look.
downloads, clearing up downloads, in my opinion, you'll clear up so much space because you download files you get at work. You download, folders or let's say documents that your teachers send you, or even files that you send to your loved ones. So just go ahead and clear them out. It won't take you a minute because you don't have to go through them or sort them. You've used them, they're done.
Yeah, and also delete your temporary files because sometimes, when you go through websites, they will save it just, for ease of access, but sometimes they're really big files. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot you can
Yes.
do. But the number one thing, just like Omnia said, delete your downloads folder. I like to, keep my downloads a little bit clumped up because sometimes I'll look for something that,
And you'll find it there.
I'll need. But let's know your guys' thoughts, 4215, Dura Slot, or on our Instagram, at Pulse95 Radio. What is the biggest size or biggest, download folder you have? Mine
How long
was
have you gone without cleaning your laptop?
Ooh, actually, I'm a liar, Omnia. It wasn't 14 gigabytes. On my MacBook, it was. On my old computer, right? I had 140 gigabytes worth of downloads.
Oh my God. Honestly, I don't blame you. You know, remember my old MacBook?
Yeah.
I can't even go through that one. I just left all the files on it. I'm like,
Fresh start.
yep, they haven't been used. I don't think I'll need them anymore. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a horrible habit to keep. It keeps your
Yep.
computer slower. So don't be like us.
Just go ahead and declutter, you know, whether it's the weekend, middle of the day, middle of the week, you know, whenever you have a chance, at least clear up your downloads. Coming up on Future Talk, we are going to be talking about a new feature that WhatsApp is gaining, and that is the ability to transcribe every chaotic voice note that you come across.
Pulse 95.
Apps all around.
What's worth a click and download?
Ladies and gentlemen, what's worth a click and download? We're talking about the WhatsApps and how they're developing transcriptions to tame those chaotic voice notes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're like me and you don't like long voice notes, you'd rather have someone, you know, text you something and you can skim through it and read it real quick, just like me. Well, WhatsApp has the solution now, and they're developing a feature that will offer transcriptions of received voice messages, letting you easily read what's been said without having to play it out loud. But the only, you know, comment I have on this, what if, you know, the AI
Gets it wrong.
gets it wrong, you know,
Yeah.
instead of saying, I miss you, I hate you. I hate you so much, honey. When am I going to see you? It's like, what? What do you mean you hate me so much
How
and you
does
want to
that
see me? Are you
work?
going to beat me up? So, yeah.
I feel like this feature would come in handy if, let's say, you are in a meeting, you're with a lot of people, you don't want to necessarily play that voice note, and at the same time, you want to know exactly what the person wants to say. You can just have it be transcribed by WhatsApp. Now, it's still in its very early stages, so WhatsApp is not looking to launch this anytime soon. They're going to be prototyping it, seeing how it works, seeing how accurate it is before it hits the WhatsApp beta version for iPhone users, or even before coming to Android altogether. So all we have is that news about them working on this feature. And what they want to do is basically send out speech data to Apple. So basically, your phone will be the one transcribing it. And that's going to be, I feel like, even harder for WhatsApp to implement, because then you also need to coordinate with the smartphone industry and make sure that they are going to be working on that same technology. Now, their disclaimer in this is the fact that this will also help Apple improve the speech recognition technology that they have. But then, does this mean Apple is listening to every WhatsApp voice note that you send?
Not only that, I think that WhatsApp wants to cover themselves and say, hey, well, you know, we're not actually transcribing it. Your phone is. So if there's any, you know, let's say concerns about privacy,
Yeah.
Apple or Android will take the fall.
That's going
See?
to be...
So because WhatsApp is like, I don't got time for this anymore. I'm already, you know, being battered with so many cases of privacy concerns. Let me just throw it to Apple or to Android and let them, you know, suffer the consequences. But, you know, if this option is going to go to WhatsApp,
I want to see how
I
accurate.
wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind them listening to it. I mean,
You don't mind?
again, quality of life. But if you're telling me, hey, we want to listen to your voice notes just so we can market you easily, no. Right?
True.
If it's something to benefit
I
me,
have no doubt
yes.
that you're going to get more personalized ads.
Most
I
of
mean,
the time when I'm sending a voice note, I'm fighting with someone. So if they want to send me, mixed martial arts training courses, it's fine.
let us know, what are your thoughts about this brand new feature, and are you a big fan of voice notes or not? We've got one person who hates voice notes over here and another person who truly likes voice notes over here. Coming up on Future Talk, we're going to be talking about phone stickers that are interestingly being sold on Amazon. They are apparently anti-radiation phone stickers that are supposed to help you, from... They're supposed to help protect your brain from being damaged from the phone
Too
waves.
late.
Too late?
Yeah, everyone's brain is damaged because of smartphones.
The question is, are they even as helpful as they are marketed to be on Amazon? Keep Pulse 95 locked. We'll be right back.
Check this out. Check this out. Pulse 95.
I don't know about you, honey, but time after time, I've heard from my mom, especially when she comes across these very helpful
Were you
Facebook
allowed to
posts.
keep the laptop on your lap?
Oh, yeah, that was one thing. I
I
don't...
wasn't allowed. I used to get, yelled
Really?
at. Yeah,
Oh.
because radiation.
Yeah,
And it'll mess up, your stomach and your
Yes.
tummy and all those,
True.
things.
I used to hear a lot of words about not having the phone next to my bed when I go to bed because of the
How would
radiation.
you wake up with your alarm?
No, I mean as a kid.
Oh, as a kid, yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, that was one of the biggest things. Like either sleep with it in another room or leave it in the corner of the room, just away from your head. And it's all for good reason. I mean, we've seen research prove that phones actually give out electromagnetic waves that impact your brain and how it functions. But sadly, people over time ignore it. And I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world that you could do, but it's also not the best thing. And we still advise everyone to just not sleep with the phone right next to their head in the room, but not next to your head. Now, on Amazon, a certain sticker has been going viral. It's called the Smart Dot sticker. And apparently, this sticker claims to protect everyone using it against the electromagnetic fields that are kind of radiating out of your phone.
Now, scientifically, how correct is this?
Great question.
Right? Because I can sell, it's like the diet green tea. If you drink this diet green tea, you're going to lose 14 kilos in 1 week.
And people start drinking
They
it,
drink
chugging
it, man.
it.
And then they start to have, digestion problems, and then they use the bathroom every single waking moment of their life. Like, yeah, I'm losing weight. Yeah, because you're dehydrating yourself, sir. Mm-hmm. Right? So again, scientifically, how correct or how accurate is this?
Now, good question, because back in January, the University of Surrey actually tested out.
What are you Surrey about? It's funny, right?
It's lame, but good one. That university tested out 4G mobile phones and Wi-Fi access points with and without that Smart Dot sticker applied to it. And researchers found no evidence of any effect. So they said that...
I need a judge's hammer.
Oh,
Case closed.
That's it. We're proven.
Yeah, that's a case. Is this cap or fact? This cap, Omnia. Right, you know that?
Yeah, I know that. I mean, we had a bell in the studio, and now we need the judge's
I need a
hammer.
judge. You're like,
That's it. Case closed.
Cap. It's not. It's case closed. These, Smart Dot products that will
Fake.
stop against radiation is a bunch of baloney, batata.
It is a bunch of baloney, and a lot of people
And
are
batata.
falling. And batata,
Yeah.
great. A lot of people are falling for it, and that actually caused their revenue to boom in the past few months because people were buying them thinking that, I need to get my hands on the sticker because it's going to be better for my health. But once again, we do advise everyone, before you go ahead and buy something,
Research.
what they call in Arabic, أضعف الإيمان.
Yes,
You
the
know,
weakest of.
The weakest thing you could potentially do is read the reviews.
Yeah, I mean, I read reviews on everything, whether it's products for me or products for my cat. I gotta see if the quality, will sustain.
You need to improve the quality of Mimo's life.
Mimo, yes.
What name have we settled on?
Mimo. Mimo is the name. I'll tell
Mimo.
Omnia why. But it's only off air. I can't tell you guys on air. Yeah.
You've been telling me that you're going to explain why for the past week.
Yeah.
Anyways, listings of this product on Amazon are currently under review. And Amazon did announce that they're going to make the final changes on whether they're keeping the product or removing the product by the 13th of September. Still haven't heard anything back about that. But Smart Dot officially can no longer state in their statement when they're portraying the product that it protects against electromagnetic
People are making
fields.
money off of anything nowadays,
It's crazy.
Just like a sticker. Subhanallah.
Subhanallah.
Right? I think, ladies and gentlemen, people are so gullible.
I think mothers are the easiest, they're the easiest prey for a sticker like this.
I mean, older people in general, people who are not as tech savvy, because Omnia, you and I, the first question that came to our mind is how scientifically correct is this?
how is it proven?
Yeah. Let us know your guys' thoughts, 4215, do it slot or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. Did you fall for this polka dot sticker or not?
Sticker dot.
Sticker dot, polka dot, right?
Even the name is not that.
Yeah.
No, it's Smart Dot,
Smart dot. It's dumb dot.
basically.
Right? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude Future Talk for today. I hope you guys had a great time. I do know that I sure did. But we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, only here on Pulse
95.
If you liked this episode of Future Talk, drop a like and subscribe.
Pulse 95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.